my HAPS broadcast. Yeah. So today, nothing too special, but I've got some ramen, which is a kind of Japanese noodle dish. You can see lots of vegetables on top of there, but the noodles on the inside there. See the hard-boiled eggs or the soft-boiled eggs, I guess maybe. There, and the noodles in a soup there. And I've also got myself a nice beer to partake of. This is Ballen Enthusiast Choice. Sancto Garden, sorry, Garden. Sancto Garden Brewery. Since 1993. Beer Renaissance, it says there. This is a pale ale from the St. Gallen Brewery. St. Gallen Brewery. So it's described as a pale ale. A pale ale there. And
you need more? You need this?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. So what does it say here? It's the company information there. So this is 5.5% alcohol, 330 milliliters beer. Like I said, a pale ale. Your basic barley and hops. So, where's my bottle opener? There it is. I have my bottle opener. Can't live without a bottle opener, right? Okay, so step one, and let's see. Didn't get the proper amount of head on there. Just about. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so just about time to get started. Itadakimasu. All right, kanpai. That's nice. It's a nice pale ale. Your standard pale ale, standard good pale ale. You know, not your bulk brewing process type of but yeah, it's good. Not anything overwhelming, but your good basic ale. You want to try it, dear?
What's this? It's good.
You like? It's a little more expensive. It's like 300 ikura.
I like the other one flavor.
Yep. Me too. Now there are different, all kinds of different ramen, and we got a different kind last time. We thought we'd try this for variety, but just found out that we like the other one better. I don't think this is tonkotsu. I think this is like
This is not tonkotsu. It's different.
Shoyu ramen or something.
It's still okay. This one, 2019.
It's only 2 years out of date. Yeah, the beer. Whoa, Going fast, yeah. Definitely a recommendation to be made for this one. It's good. Sankt Gallen. Um, Hop Nugget Pearl Cascade. Oh, so that's the type of hops that they were using. Nugget, Pearl, and Cascade. Hmm. So this is from Kanagawa Prefecture. Kanagawa, that's up near Tokyo, if you're not familiar. Um, yeah, it's a very good beer. I would recommend it. There are, what, four basic types of ramen soups in Japan, and a couple of two or three different types of noodles, but it's the soup that's to me the real distinction. Um, this one, I believe, is a soy sauce based soup, um, which is popular. It's especially popular in the Tokyo area, I believe. Then there's miso, which is popular especially in the northern parts of Japan. And then shio ramen, which is popular, I think, in the central parts of Japan. But around here, the popular is the tonkotsu, or the pork bone broth soup.
Why?
Hmm. Which is the kind that I like the best myself. The tonkotsu, the pork bone broth, um, I think is really quite good. My wife is especially partial to the miso. And of course, among those four styles, four kinds of soup, there are so many variations, not only in the toppings, but also in the soup itself. Each ramen shop has its own special soup that it makes. The way that they create their own soup, individual to the different shops. There are the chain stores that that mass produce it and ship it out and so on, but the really good stuff, I mean, that's like comparing you know a really good high quality hamburger to something you get at McDonald's, right? It's just not the same thing. You can call it a hamburger, but it ain't the same. So you can call those mass produced things ramen, but it just ain't the same thing. What we've got here is actually something kind of in between. It's closer to the mass produced than it is the real gourmet ramen shop, because I mean, it's made on a smaller scale, but then again, it's still sold off and for people to create their own. So it doesn't have the fine details that you can get at the good quality ramen shop. Yeah. Like I said, my favorite is the pork broth, pork bone broth. Um, but second is definitely the miso, and this is neither of those. When you probably hear me slurping the noodles, that's totally acceptable in Japan. One thing, it cools off the noodles as it heads into your mouth. So if you're eating particularly hot soup, you'll slurp even louder to draw a little more air in there to cool it off. Um, the noodles, some noodles are straight, some are a little more curly, some are very thin, some are a little thicker. There are variations in the noodles too. No, we don't have any nori.
No.
Somebody ate all the nori. No. Different toppings. You can put the seaweed on top, the dried laver, I guess it's called. I don't know. I'm from Iowa. I don't know seaweed. But nori, or you can put, all kinds of different things. Sliced meat, called charshu, really good. Sorry, almost slurped too much. Watch my slurping there. Mm. So this is a typical, topping. So the cabbage or things like that. Um, Thinly sliced carrots and so on. All possible toppings. Uh, the onions, or the more like shallots, they're sliced up fine and put on the top. Quite good.
I need your help. I didn't know how to use this.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Because it's scan here, then the man number put it in here.
Oh, okay.
It's my data.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be drinking the soup this time. Usually the soup is so delicious that, especially either the tonkotsu or the miso, so delicious I drink it down to the last drop of soup. But this one, not quite that delicious. I mean, it's not bad by any means, but it's just not so good that I can't stop. Usually you'd find pork, but we've got some leftover chicken. Works just as well. Japanese used to be surprised that I could use chopsticks. Actually, I learned to use chopsticks because there was a Chinese restaurant right next to where I went to college, and they offered really cheap and delicious lunches. I used to go in there all the time, and that's where I practiced eating with chopsticks. So by the time I came to Japan, I could already use chopsticks.
Oh, Friday. That's why you drink.
That's right, dear. I don't have to work again until Thursday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 5 days off. Yeah. The noodles are nice, standard ramen noodles. The soup, like I said, is not the style that we favor the most, but it was nice. But main course must be the beer. That went down so smoothly. I'm going to try another from the same brewery. Let's see what we've got here. All right, again, this is from the same Sankt Gallen brewery. This is a golden ale. Golden ale. Kokuto simple na aji. 苦みのあるコクとシンプルな味わい。Okay.
Oh, tagal.
All right, and what else we find out here? So beer. This is 5%. Last one was 5.5. All right, the brother over here, the pale ale was 5.5. This is only 5%, which is my wheelhouse. From about 4 up to 5.5 is about what I like. It allows me to drink volumes that I would not be so likely to drink with a higher alcohol content. But anyway, so your standard. Now this one does not say that the malt, the barley, was imported. This one actually says the barley malt was imported from America. This one doesn't say that. So I don't know the source of the barley here. Um, and it's the same brewery, same Kanagawa prefecture. Let's see if I can find anything about the hops. I don't see information about the hops on this one either. Mashiroi awa ni, so white foam. Eti oru hodo goldo iro. Something about the yellow color. Even after 33 years in Japan, there's a lot that I can't read. Mitame tori no kumanai no kuchi atari de atari te. So just as it looks, that it's in your mouth. It's, let's see, tempo yoku nomeru beer, so you can drink it at a good pace. Aroma hop no kaori, so the aroma of the hops. A light on your tongue, or lightly bitter, clean taste, and so on. That's what it says on its label, but let's see what it actually tastes like here, right? Okay. All right, I'm not a purist. I'm not going to get a clean glass. There's not enough left, and it's close enough. So this one, if anything, this is lighter colored. So the pale ale actually had a little darker color to it, just slightly darker than the golden ale. Oh, just a little bit under. When I poured the beer, the head was just a little bit weak on the last one, a little bit strong this one. I've got about half of a mouthful left in the glass, or in the bottle. I mean, there we go. Get that in there. There, that's a proper looking beer.
Can I taste?
That's different. It is different. Which one do you like?
Both.
Both, okay. Now, my wife doesn't like beer too much, but when she likes beer, it's usually the expensive beer. Yep. So we both like this one. Both of the beers. Both are quite good. This is, I don't know if you can find this brew. Like I said, this is from Kanagawa. The golden ale, the green label here, the golden ale, a little bit lighter, fresher. Um, Pale ale, yeah. I don't know which one. I mean, I would go with the pale ale more often myself. given the choice, all things being equal, price and availability and so on, I'll probably lean toward the pale ale a little more often. Just needs to be a little more robust. But then again, if you'd like something that's really light in your mouth, light in your tongue, and a little bit lighter in alcohol also, just 0.5%. But those of you that are um, considering that also, the golden ale is definitely another good choice. So it's a win-win situation if you're choosing between these two. You really can't go far wrong with either one. All right. So a local brewery. All right. So this is kind of a craft beer here in Japan. Uh, Small run brewery. It's not like your Budweisers or your Schlitz or even your Asahis or Kirin beers or Suntory Sapporo like that. No, this is a smaller brewery. Um, don't really know their output, their annual output, but definitely a much smaller scale brewery than the better known national brands and so on. And quite frankly, I just don't drink the mass produced beers anymore. Um, well, I won't say that. I do drink Guinness. Guinness is still special in my heart. I really do appreciate Guinness. Um, I know it's drunk worldwide, well known, famous, and rightfully so. Um, and I do appreciate a good Guinness. But other than that, I really don't drink the um, the large production run beers. Go for you know the local breweries. Kumamoto has a brewery or two here that are quite nice. At least a couple of breweries here that they have. Two or three, I guess. Can't remember now. I know two specifically. Kumamoto Brewery and then um, Cayenne. Cayenne is really small. I mean, they brew for their own. They've got just a couple of restaurants that they brew for themselves. So very small batch brewing. Um, I prefer it's slightly larger, but I prefer the Kumamoto brewery, not necessarily because of the quality and care that they put into it, because Cayenne is amazing, but Cayenne tends to do more flavored beers. I'm more of a purist. There's so much you can do with a beer by simply changing the hops. A different variety of hops. Uh, Sourcing your water from a different place. Even I mean, there's just so much that will affect the beer. Yeast, the yeast that you use to a certain extent, although I'm less knowledgeable about that, but it's the hops is what I think really is the dominating factor in the beer flavor. Which is one of the things I like about this one. It tells you actually which hops it's using: Nugget, Pearl, and Cascade. um, I'm not actually Cascade I'm familiar with, I've heard of, but I didn't know Nugget and Pearl. But then again, there's a lot that I don't know about the hops that are available. I'm not really a brewer. I've toyed with the idea, but not really gotten into it. Not to the extent that I would be any sort of a an expert on it. But yeah, yeah. The more, yeah. I mean, I like this. Clearly, I like the golden ale, but the first one, the pale ale, I'm kind of leaning that way. This is light. This is good. And at 5% alcohol, you can enjoy a fair amount of it without doing yourself and your liver too much damage. Is there anybody out there? 14 people have watched.
How many person?
14.
How you?
Because of 14 under the eyeball there. There's a little eyeball that says 14.
Facebook?
Probably. Yeah. Or people, just came by and it wasn't, I'm not talking on camera. I'm not playing a game. I'm not interviewing anybody. So maybe they didn't stick around. But anyway, it's another little beer and ramen review. So the ramen, I recommend either the miso ramen, my wife's recommendation, the miso, or the tonkotsu ramen, my personal favorite. The shoyu ramen, definitely worth eating. Definitely nice. It's good, and if you haven't tried it, you should. But making a return visit to a ramen, it's for me that return is going to be more often to the pork bone broth, the tonkotsu, and my wife to the miso ramen. All right, well, I'm going to finish this beer off, and since nobody is chatting me up here, asking me questions or making comments, I guess I'm going to end here. I've been on for more than half an hour, so that's long enough for you to get some kind of idea of what I've been talking about. Beer and ramen and life in Japan. So, thanks for watching, those of you that have been dropping in. Um, take a look at my other videos, my game of Friendly Feud that I do, my philosophy, talking, conversation uh, broadcasts that I do. I also do the occasional walk around Kumamoto. I do some shopping, shopping in Japan type things. Take you to a grocery store or something like that here or there. If it's a season, cherry blossoms or other flowers that are blooming at the time. And of course, my wife does her uh, cooking. So please check out Mercy Miner Mercy Miner #1, for her really quite delicious recipes that she'll teach you how to cook them. And if you can come anywhere close to the way that she makes it, you're going to be very, very happy because it's always delicious. Really delicious. Okay, so anyway, thanks. Check out our other videos, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.